Hi guys, welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right, I'm a free to play player and I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. Yes, until I actually spend that very first dollar, I'm going to keep saying that. But today guys, I'm here to do a video on Real Time Arena. And it's mainly due to everyone else that's making videos about this. I don't find them helpful. I find them a little insulting to those that are lower total collection power. I've seen enough, I've had enough, I'm a little pissed off, and I need to set the record straight. And those that are free to play or lower total collection power players, I feel you guys need me right now, and even though I'm still not feeling 100%, I'm still sick. I don't know if you guys can hear the stuffiness in my voice, but I'm coming through for you guys because I know you need me. So without further ado, if you're ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. First off guys, I hope you do forgive me that I'm going to probably save myself on a lot of editing for this video just because I'm not feeling that well, and just staring at a computer screen does not do much for my eyes, my energy, and my overall health trying to recover from whatever in heck I caught. No, I don't believe it's COVID, so guys, I'm pretty sure it's just a head cold. I don't have a lot of the symptoms that go along with COVID, so I think I'm safe there. But anyways, let's get into the complaints that I've been seeing about this game mode first. And then I'll end up somewhere in the middle, guys. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions. First off, one of the biggest complaints I've seen is about the time sink in this game mode, which I don't understand. And the reason I don't understand is because people are saying they gave us Blitz Sim, but this game mode takes more time than Blitz, which is absolutely false unless you're someone that doesn't blitz at all or only blitzes one rotation a day. Anyone who blitzes 2 or more rotations a day, this game mode with Blitz Sim just saved you time in the game. So first off, as someone who blitzes 6 to 7 rotations a day and sometimes 8 for a new character, thank you devs for saving me time. And if you're going to complain about other objectives in this game, I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks to get around some of the obstacles that are with the objectives at the end. So please save your criticism till the end if you want to tell me I'm wrong. And that's mainly the biggest one I want to get into. A lot of the other criticisms I'll probably cover when I go over pros and cons. But yeah, that was one, the time sink thing I can't wrap my head around. Like I said, the only people that would consider this a time sink are people that don't blitz at all, or the people that only blitz maybe one rotation, probably 20 total battles a day in Blitz. Yes, this game mode is going to take up more time than that, but anything other than that, it's not. All right, so the first thing I would do before I get into the objectives, I want to review some pros and cons of this game mode. The first thing I want to say is if you are 100% free to play, this game mode does not hurt you, it actually helps you. And what I mean is they gave you another avenue for resources that you did not have previously. They didn't take anything away and they added something new, which means more resources for a free to play player. You do not need to buy the Battle Pass to collect resources. Do you get a lot more rewards with the Battle Pass? Yes, but that's the same with any offer in the game. This one just happens to give you more for your money than normally, but you still have to put in the time. And any good game that is free to play, microtransactions involved, there should always be this thing where you can progress through a game 100% free to play without spending a penny. But the people that spend can progress their accounts faster than someone who tries to do it free to play. But at the end of the day, you all can complete all the content in the game. It's just a matter of time. So free to play, your time is your money, right? You should spend more time in the game to try to gather the resources. Spenders don't have to spend as much time in the game to gain resources because they're going to spend for those resources. So it always is a balancing act. Now, someone who's a spender and spends time in the game, they're going to be on the top tier of this game, right? They're most of your content creators, and they're the top players in the game. They spend the time and the money. They get the double whammy. And it's kind of what this game mode is with the Battle Pass, right? Time plus money, you're getting better rewards for your money. Once again, a spender who doesn't want to put in the time to play this game, as free to play, you're not really losing ground on a spender than you weren't already losing. Now, I hope that clears it up, because I've seen some misinformation out there about how this disenfranchises the free-to-play player, but it doesn't. It doesn't disenfranchise you any more than the game already has. And I hate that word, but it's the best word I could come up with. So don't let anyone pressure you guys. If you were free to play and don't have the money to spend on the game, don't let someone pressure you into buying this. Now, on the flip side, if you're someone who has the money, this is the best 20 bucks you can probably spend in the entire game. Once again, don't feel like you're pressured to, but if you're going to spend 20 bucks on this game and you're going to put in the time to clear this battle pass anyways, that's probably the best use of your money. And if you're an early game player and a lot of this stuff on here is like end game player resources, don't worry about it. You're going to get to the end game eventually. All the stuff in the early game is farmable and very easily farmable. The stuff in this battle pass is not. Alright, I just want to put that to bed. This video is already going longer than where I really want it to go. So let's get into the objectives next. So most of you guys already know you get daily and weekly objectives. And you can see here, I've already cleared off all my weekly objectives except for the knockouts, which already means that I've already spent more time in the game than what I necessarily need to every day. And I'll break that down here in a little bit. Now, unfortunately, once you claim these, they don't break them down by daily and weekly, so it's a little hard for me to like talk about them. But for an example, so yesterday as my daily, I got Psylocke and Ant-Man. Now, Ant-Man's like, well, actually I should say, they're both like 6,000 in power, okay? And I was able to easily complete that daily objective, them being 6,000. And I'm gonna show you guys the tip and trick behind that here at the end. Don't let your characters not be in development. Think you cannot do it. I'm going to tell you right now, do not think they cannot do it. On the flip side, one of the cons about this game mode that I think they need to fix is there should not be an objective for a character a player does not have unlocked. I think once they're unlocked, they should be fair game, but until they're unlocked, they should not show up, and there has to be some kind of programming they can put in to make sure that it just skips that. On the random draw, if that character comes up, it just skips it and picks a new one. That shouldn't be too hard to program. So let's get into the weekly stuff. So the weekly stuff I had was like use skill, use Emma Frost, which not a bad one to get if you got to get a weekly one. Squirrel Girl, I was fortunate enough, Squirrel Girl was built up for me. And then usability, Tech was a weekly one. It was like you need 150 times to use it. So basically this means, guys, every day you just need to go in, make sure that fires 22 times, and you're done. Save it. Don't do it all in one sitting. A lot of people are complaining about the time sink because they're trying to sit through and do the weeklies in 24 hours. The weekly, you have 7 days. 7 days. The 150 to usability, break it down. 22 a day, you're good. Next up, Emma Frost, Squirrel Girl, they have to use them 50 times. That equates to 8 uses a day. You're done. And obviously, if it's a really good character, you could probably throw them in your arena team if you want to go for knockouts, which is another thing I'm going to get into here. And then the last one, if you want to get the 550 knockouts, which quite frankly, guys, you actually get more points for the 225 and then the 350. The points actually go down as you get up more knockouts. And this is probably the biggest time sink, is trying to get 550 knockouts. Because I can go through all my daily objectives and not really get the knockouts at all. But anyways, if you want the 550 knockouts, you need 79 knockouts a day. I round up to 80. That's all you need a day. And then you'll clear that out. If you really want to go for that, it's all time you need to spend into it. And quite frankly, there's a lot of breakdown of points, which I'm not going to get into because this video is already going to be long enough. But you don't even really need the 550 knockouts to clear those objectives, because there's 41 points total available during this entire thing, which these chips are the points, in case you guys need to know. You can skip 16,000 worth of points and still be okay. You need 25,000 to complete, 41,000 is available. 16,000 you do not need to do. I don't know if I'm going to go for the 550 knockouts. I might save myself time and just that be the one that I skip, and then I do the rest of them. I pretty much have every character unlocked, so I'm not really worried about that, except for Doc Ock. I haven't had that one roll for me yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. Now, speaking of knockouts, one of the biggest cons, other than them giving you characters that you don't even have unlocked, is the matchmaking. The matchmaking is terrible. Someone who's trying to complete character objectives got thrown a low power character. They got like 300 CP going against someone with 500 CP that's just trying to get knockouts. You don't stand much of a chance. And it is very disheartening, put it that way. And it seems like the community's divided. Like, I love this game mode as not a win or lose scenario. I like this game mode as, hey, use this character, and that way you get unique matchups. when someone's just going for knockouts and using arena type teams, to me, that's not as fun, especially when you got character objectives. And I quite frankly don't know if I like this game if it was just based on knockouts. And I said this about real-time PvP before. Like, I think competitive real-time PvP has its place, but I don't believe it stands a place for a mandatory game mode. And this game mode is somewhat mandatory, not mandatory to clear the battle pass unless you really want all the rewards, which I'm pretty sure most of the complaints are coming out because everyone wants all the rewards. They just don't want to put in the effort. And like I said, it's way different than Blitz, way different than any other event thing they have going on where you have to blitz a million times. It's way less time than that. So you do have to put in some effort, at least 2 real-time arena matches a day for the daily objectives. So yeah, that's where I think the matchmaking really needs to be fixed. If you're someone who really wants to do this competitively and that's your biggest gripe, have patience, because I'm pretty sure when leagues come, I'm pretty sure that's where you're going to get your wish. This game mode is about objectives. I wish they didn't do a knockout one because it does entice people to do, especially when you have 550, it does entice people to run their arena teams. So I'm not a big fan of them putting knockouts on this objective along with character objectives. Could they allow us to earn these objectives with characters in other game modes? Yes, they could. I do believe they could. But again, do you really want to have to play Blitz along with this game mode when the sim is available to complete the objectives? And obviously, if you're someone who just keeps getting smashed and can't get your character abilities off, it might be in your best interest. So I think that's one thing they can do better. But overall, the framework for a good game mode for free to play, people who don't have to be 100% competitive, this is pretty good. It's not perfect. It needs to fix a few things that I mentioned in this video, but it's pretty good. And I don't want to see it drastically changed for the worse, especially if it gets changed to be more competitive. I would like them to keep the competitive mode off of where every player has to play, because not every player is competitive in this game and it will turn a lot of players off. And I know you hardcore players are disagreeing with me, but trust me, I am one of those players that will get frustrated if there is a straight up competitive mode, because I like being strategic with my resources and being competitive. There's no strategy behind it. And you've already seen it with people running Baron Zemo, Emma, X23, whoever else, right? It's a copy and paste, and there's no strategy behind that. Having to take a character and figure out how to get them to survive to get their abilities off, that's a strategy. Figuring out how to get tech abilities off 150 times in a week, spending as little time possible in this game mode, is a strategy. All right, I spent enough time harping and yelling about this subject. Let me get into some tips and tricks for you guys. So one of the biggest tips and tricks I've come across is when you have a character that you don't have built up, like Psylocke and Ant-Man for myself. So here's what we do. Let's jump into a match. The other cool thing is they have this filter button for objectives you don't have complete yet. Knockouts, obviously there's no filter for knockouts. I started running some arena to get some knockouts in. I'm going to get rid of these guys. Get rid of them. All right, so I had Psylocke and Ant-Man yesterday. And just to show you guys that I'm not pulling your chain, they're not built up. Let's go down here to the bottom. Okay, Ant-Man, both 6,000 like I told you guys. Both 6,000. I'm going to run Psylocke here in this one. I don't want her to be my first pick though. All right, so my first pick, I probably didn't even need to get rid of her. I'm gonna put Shuri. Second pick, I'm gonna go with Falcon. Next pick after that, I'm gonna go Minerva. And then I'm going to go Drax. Right there, guys. That is the basis right there. Those 4 characters, and you could probably change some of them out there, but these works really well for me. Those 4 characters will help you get the ability off of the character you need to use. And we'll do a walkthrough of the whole entire match. All right, there's Psylocke for this match. All right, guys, so this is, hopefully I get a decent matchmaking and not one that's way over P. But honestly, guys, this is the same thing I ran yesterday. I wasn't getting knockouts, but I was getting their abilities off. And one match, I actually got Psylocke's ability off 7 times. And I was done with her in 3 matches. So anyways, let's jump into it. All right, let's say a decent match. They do got Baron Zemo. I should be able to deal with that, no problem. All right, let's get defense up. Zemo's not built up, so you can see right there, like, Psylocke not taking anything. Use the speed up of Falcon. This allows you to get more turns in. Doesn't matter. My taunt's not up, so I'm gonna get my taunt back up with Drax. That's it. It's all about stalling and getting as many moves off as you possibly can. Alright. And if Psylocke goes out, I'm just going to bring her back with Minerva. That's why you really want Minerva too. Alright, now that's 2 moves now with Psylocke. Only 6,000 power, 2 moves off. She went down, but we'll bring her back shortly. Maybe if Rocket don't take everybody out. Alright, she comes back. Give everyone some protection. And sure, you can also feed energy into Minerva, which allows her to get that special probably more times than once in a match. It's not guaranteed, but it does happen. Speed up. And that's 3 moves now with Psylocke. Heal everybody. Four moves now with Psylocke. Oh, that's it. Oh, she has death proof one. She's surviving. Maybe I can get 5 off with her before she goes down. Actually, keep the knockout on Groot. I could bring someone back, but I'm going to try to get a knockout here with Groot. There we go. Got a knockout. Yeah, so maybe we should get a 5th one, but not. But you guys can see the point. Like, that's how. 3 matches, I'm done with Psylocke. 6,000. Not very well built up. Simple as that, guys. And I got another knockout. Baron Zemo went down. Alright guys, and that's pretty much the video. Like I said, I just had enough, and I don't even know if I even covered every single thing that I wanted to cover in this video. By the way, if you're someone that goes into a battle with that annihilation team, as I like to call it, with Baron Zemo, Emma Frost, X-23, the one that basically can wipe everybody out before anyone even gets a turn, you are asking for people to quit the match on you. So please don't complain on Reddit or anywhere else when someone quits the match on you, when they know they're not even going to get a single move off towards their objectives. Right? If you want to play this game mode 100% competitively, be patient, wait for leagues. I have a feeling your itch is going to be solved right there. This game mode is about doing objectives. So please, for the sake of the community, if you go into a match and you know you're going to just annihilate that player, at least allow them to use moves. I knew I had matches yesterday when I was just going for knockouts. I had the win in the bag. I would just keep using basics, single tap moves. I wouldn't even use AoEs, and I'd even let them knock out my Phoenix to get a knockdown before the match was over. It's the least I could do for them not quitting the match on me. And with that said, guys, if you enjoyed my take on this, please give me a thumbs up, as I know a lot of people are going to have their panties in a bunch and hit that thumbs down button, so I do appreciate you guys supporting me. And if you're... I'm just going to leave that in. I'm not even going to edit that part out. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss any hot takes I have like this one, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.